Well, it's time for Season 4, and it is the Season 3 champion, Sebastian Vettel, on pole. Now, the Season 2, the Season 3 runner-up, reverts like 14th is where he'll start his season. So we'll see what happens over the next 18 minutes. We're in Dubai. Well, we ended out Season 3. And it's lights out, and away we go. A good start for Motorsport off the line. And he will have the lead by the look. Saffron Jones also gets a decent launch. Behind them in fourth is Gavaiwas. Let's see into turn one who is in front. It's Mahurza with Saffron Jones going to the inside. Mahurza hooks it right around the outside, keeps the lead from Saffron Jones, then Russellberger in third. Fourth place, Logan 2, Gavaiwas, then Mahurza, Mariam, or Hawaii, Dera, then Valadera, Stouthouse, Bakatov, Craven, Shits, and Adio. So we'll see what Sebastian Vettel can do as he tries to get back up the order after losing the lead and has dropped down to third. And he's got a nice run on Saffron Jones here as they make their way towards the hairpin of sorts. Let's see if he goes for it. He will not. Let's look further back because you can see there is Yadeva making moves up the inside, and he is trying to get past Hayden Mariam. Right on the outside, and then that becomes the inside. And Endeavour moves up to 7th place. So it's Mahurza leading. Saffron Jones is now closed up here and goes for the lead. And we have a new race leader as Saffron Jones takes the race lead off of Tarana Mahurza, with Russellberger right there in third. So if we have the quickest drivers on the grid, all going to battle for the race lead. And here comes Mahurza again. I think Russellberger's made a mistake as Mahurza goes to the inside but won't get it done at the final corner. Let's see what Mahurza can do into turn one. Right behind Saffron Jones, Russellberger lost a lot of time as Mahurza goes to the inside. Can't take the race lead. There's Russellberger. He's now fighting with Montcalm and Gavaiwas. Then Mahurza and Marianne. Then Yadeva Ryan, Stouthouse. Valaderas is the first driver to pit in Season 2, or Season 4. And Solario's only gained 1 place. So, we'll see what he can do. As Jones and Mahurza are sort of separated a bit. So, we'll see if Montcalm can get something going on Russellberger here. Gavaiwas is also in this fight, so implications both sides, and that's a bad run off the corner for Russellberger, and here comes Montcalm. With right behind them, Felix Gavaiwas looking a bit racy as well in the Jordan. Goes to the inside on Montcalm. This is for 4th place. Gavaiwas up the inside, and Felix Gavaiwas moves up to 4th place, but then tagged the back of Russellberger. So now Montcalm's going to have a chance to come back up the inside, but then he's going to have to commit to the outside line. And it is Felix Gavaiwas who's going to be P4. Montcalm tries to come around the outside. Behind him is Moetze in 6th. So they're still actually battling. I thought Gavaiwas would have had P4 sorted by now as we go through here. Montcalm to the inside 5th. Then behind them is Moetze as Montcalm goes at the inside and starts Moetze, and Gavaiwas is down to 6th while Montcalm's got off the track. So he now drops to 7th. And also off the track was Sebastian Russellberger. So this is what happened with Russellberger. Just locks up, and goes off, and then goes a little bit deeper and has to really slow it down, and that's why he dropped so far back. So from pole to 8th, it has not been the start to Season 4 that Sebastian Russellberger would have wanted. Although he is now trying to make a move on Pierre Montcalm, so they're still fighting, albeit now for 7th place rather than 3rd. But let's see. Up the inside he goes. This is for 7th place. With Ryan getting past Stouthouse there. And Russellberger now gets the inside line. And as they go through there, Sebastian Russellberger is up to 7th place. Next man up the road for him on this recovery drive now is Jesmont Yedeva, as both Isabel Lewins and Mark Watson on their returns to the grid have both come into the pits. Down in front, Zachman Jones leads. Second place is Mahut, so about 1.5 seconds behind. Then it's Moritz in third. Then it's Gamaiwas, then it's Mariam, and then it's Yedeva, Marcelo, Montcarnvai, Krafenschitz, Staufhaus, and then it's Bagatov, and then Adio and Solario, and then we get further back down the field. And as you can see, Marcelo, as Mariam's going really slowly down the straight and has lost 2, maybe 3 places. Now Montcar is trying to go up the inside on Marcelberger. As Mariam drops back, probably had a bad one off the corner. As Marcelberger gets a little bit out of sorts there, but it's got P6. For now, Montcar will then go up the inside. Marcelberger gets caught on the outside. And Pierre Montcar is up to 6th place, then gets a little bit out of sorts on the rear end. That might allow an opportunity for Marcelberger to come back with the counter-attack in the background there. You can see Haley Mariam defending from Oliver Vai, Staufhaus, Krafenschitz and Bagatov in that little train. As now you can see Vai is trying to go up the inside on Mariam here. Mariam will come back, have the inside line. Vai will then try and commit to the outside. And Oliver Vai moves up to 8th place as there was a little bit of contact there, but hold to the place, and that's Marcelberger off. And out of the top 10, in fact, all the way down to 16th. Was there contact with Marcelberger, or did he just lose it by himself? Here's what happened with Marcelberger. He just clips the curb and round he goes, and those rear ends have gone. And he's got no traction getting going again. And from pole to 16th, this has been a nightmare start to Season 4 for Sebastian Marcelberger. Let's move up the order, where you can see Felix Caballero, a man who has always been up there in the title fights, but never really had enough to get himself over the top, but he is hunting down Simona Moritz in the other colony. And this is for 3rd place. Right, let's look further down, because you can see that's no sort of Bagatov on the move, and he's trying to get past, and will get, well, trying to get past Everton Staufhaus. Meanwhile, Solario's in this fight, as is David Krafenschitz. Solario's running an 11th right now, so points are on the table for him right now. Let's go back up, though, because Gamaiwas is trying to get past Moritz again for 3rd place. And now up the inside, he absolutely sends this. Brave from Gamaiwas. Moritz will come back though. Gamaiwas then comes right round the outside, and Felix Gamaiwas is up to 3rd place. And gets ahead of Simona Moritz in 4th, with Yedeva in 5th, then Montcar in 6th. Oh, a nice move from Gamaiwas, and he's already got 6 temps on Moritz, so that should prevent the counter attack down into turn 1. Let's look back. So we've got yellow flags, and that is David Krafenschitz, who's down and off at the final corner. And this is what happened with Krafenschitz, who was running in a nice spot here in 12th place, looking for some points. And then he also just tags the inside curb, and round he goes, and then he actually goes wider than Marcelberger did, and he's now dropped down to 18th place behind George Rai. So not an ideal start for him, as Marcelberger's now in the pits. He's got no front wing. And Sebastian Marcelberger's nightmare of a season so far will continue, and a frustrating first race of the season for the champion from Season 3. Remember, nobody has ever retained their title in WMT history. So it does not look like it is a good start to that trend. So we're going to go follow Roberto Solario, because he's now up into the top 10, and the next man up the road from him is Everton Staufhaus, who's, whilst not necessarily consistent, he has proven he has got speed in him somewhere. But let's actually focus, see what happened here, because you can see, actually, Haley Mariam trying to make their way up to 7th place ahead of Oliver Rai. And up the inside goes Haley Mariam, and up to 7th place goes Haley Mariam. Meanwhile, Solario has just got ahead of Stouthouse, so he's now up to 9th place. Next one up the road from him is Oliver Ray. As we now look to the front where Mufflewitz has gained a bit of time on Saffron Jones, has posted the fastest lap of the race as well. Still got 9 minutes to run, so plenty of time for him to figure something out. Let's go back here because you can see Bagatov now trying to get his way up into the top 10 and ahead of Stouthouse as he now floors it down and goes up the outside. Stouthouse then launches it back up the inside. Not going to give up 10th place easily. Bagatov gets caught on the grass, loses the rear end, and that will be the move done for Bagatov. If he didn't back out of that, he would have had grip issues, and now in the background comes George Adio into the fight, who has somehow finessed his way into a seat at Jordan in all of the off-season madness. He's now beginning to catch up to both Bagatov and Stouthouse, so there could be a top 10 visit for George Adio in the picture soon. Didn't really work out for him in qualifying. Started 13th. Only running 12th right now. It hasn't really worked out, but we'll see if he can take advantage of it when the opportunity arises. Let's see, because Maritze is trying to come back at Gamaiwes, and not too far down the road is Jedmont Yadeva, who is running 5th right now. I believe he's had 1 podium previously, Yadeva. But here we go. Maritze gets a nice one, pulls to the right-hand side, and this is to get back 3rd place from Felix Gamaiwes, and Simona Maritze gets ahead. Now, Yadeva tried to barge his way past Gamaiwes, and now tries to launch this attack. Can Jedmont Yadeva quickly make it 2 places? Dropped for Gamaiwes in quick succession, goes up the inside, and Jedmont Yadeva moves up to 4th place. As I think Maritze just made a slight mistake off that corner, so 3-way fight for 3rd right now between Maritze, Yadeva and Gamaiwes. Next man down the road from them is Montcalm, but he's about 1.5 to 2 seconds down. Yadeva launching it for 3rd place, but he locks up and goes off the track. And he got too optimistic there, Yadeva. And he comes back on the track just ahead of Montcalm. Now, this means Gamaiwes can go after Maritze for 3rd place without the worry of losing another position. Tries to go down the inside at the final corner, doesn't work out, but he'll now get the slipstream down the main straight. These two, by the way, are about 7 seconds behind Mufflewitz and Saffron Jones out in front, so this is pretty much for the highest they'll get unless something happens out in front. Gamaiwes now goes to the inside. Can he get past Maritze? No, he can't. Stays P4. Maritze just ahead in P3. Behind them is Yadeva, who's beginning to close back up into this fight after locking up when trying to take P3. And then just about a second down the road from him, and you can see him there in the background, is Montcalm. And just coming into the background when the camera panned away with Taylor Mariam and Oliver Ray. So 6.5 minutes to go. And it is Saffron Jones leading from Mufflewitz. 3rd place is Maritze. 4th place is Gamaiwes. 5th place is Yadeva. And then 6th place is Montcalm. And then everybody else is about 3 to 3.5 seconds down the road, depending on what part of the track you're on. As we move it into the final third of the race. Can Jedmont Yadeva maybe launch a move on Gamaiwes here? Might be a little bit too far back, and yeah, won't go for it. See if anybody has got a look here, and they have. It's George Adio and Emerson Stouthouse. This is for 11th place. Can George Adio make his way up to 11th position as he goes down the inside? And that's a fairly easy manoeuvre for George Adio. He moves up to 11th place. Next one up the road for him, Nurse Orson Bagatov, who, according to that time, is about 3.8 seconds up the road. So Adio's really going to have to put in the mileage if he wants to get into the top 10. Let's move back, though, because that is Gamaiwes and Maritze. Can Felix Gamaiwes go around the outside and retake P3? Yes, he can. And Felix Gamaiwes is up into P3 again with Maritze 4th. Then it is Yadeva in 5th. Out in front, though. Well, Mufflewitz is looking for the move on Saffron Jones. This is for the race lead. Mufflewitz to the inside, just too far back. Then Saffron Jones goes a little bit out wide, but that will park the bus. 5 minutes to go. It's crunch time now. If you want to make a move, now's your opportunity to do so. And Mufflewitz are trying to take the race lead off Saffron Jones. I mean, what a race this has been. We've got a 3-way fight for 3rd that we can't even focus on right now because of this. It's Gamaiwes 3rd, Maritze's 4th, then Yadeva, and then Montcalm. So it's a 4-way fight for 3rd now as Yadeva's got ahead of Maritze. Behind that, 4.5 minutes to go. What a run by Motorsport off the corner. He'll get the slipstream off Saffron Jones as well. Down towards the hairpin. Jones just angling that to the inside. Motorsport goes right up the inside for the race lead. And Toronto Motorsport takes the race lead, but Jones comes back to the inside. Motorsport goes right round the outside. Jones gets all out of sorts, trying to defend that place. And Toronto Motorsport takes the race lead of the Dubai Grand Prix here in Season 4. Saffron Jones second, losing the rear end. Don't know if their tyres are cooked or what. Third place is Kamaiwes. Fourth place is Yadeva. Here comes Montcalm. He dive bombs past Moritze and Jesmont Yadeva in one corner. Can he hold P4 is the question now, as Yadeva will come back to the inside. The answer is no. In fact, he's going very slowly, so I don't know if he had a gear problem for a second, but that did not work out for him. Kamaiwes has now pulled 4.5 seconds clear of them. Saffron Jones has already dropped 7 tenths behind Moritze somehow. Off the corner. Actually gets a nice one off the final corner, so we'll see what happens here. Can Saffron Jones now make the move to retake the lead? All up behind Moritze. Will she go for it into turn 1? Down towards turn 1. No, she won't. Might be waiting for the hairpin. 3:15 to go. We have got a two-way fight for the lead as Jones looks for it but won't get it. Look how tight they are on track. Saffron now looking to the inside. Looks for a way past Moritze, who's just got to defend for another just under 3 minutes and whatever is left of the lap they're on. Kamaiwes is about 4 seconds down the road in third, so he might be beginning to close up into this as Saffron Jones gets the nice one off the corner. Can Saffron Jones retake the race lead, or is Moritze going to hold on? Let's see, down towards the hairpin. Saffron Jones pulls up late, goes to the inside. Barges past Moritze, and Saffron Jones has the lead. Moritze then comes back to the inside. Jones goes right round the outside. Still side by side. Goliath has now closed the gap to 3.3, but Saffron Jones has got the inside line. Moritz is going to then try and force this right round the outside. They're still side by side. Saffron's going to have to now go around the outside, but then that will become the inside line later on. Moritz has the slight advantage. Saffron's going to have to commit to the outside. She can't do that, and Moritz is going to hold on to the race lead. As they are coming up to start the final lap of the race, you would imagine. As there is about 1:48 to go. Yes, so they're going to come across the line soon enough. As Saffron Jones sliding across the final corner. 1:39 to go as they cross the line, so it's a 1:46 lap. The fastest lap is by Musselberger, so at least he has something. All the while, Gomez has closed the gap down to them for about 4 seconds a lap ago to 2, because they're fighting so hard. So, could we maybe see Gomez come out of nowhere in the final sector and win it? We will see. Jones, meanwhile, continuing the pressure on Moritze. Gomez is third. Meanwhile, back in fourth is Yadeva, then Moritze and Montcalm. Stallhouse, who was up in the top 10 at one point, is now coming to the pits from 15th. So, his race sort of unravelled. Solario, meanwhile, has made a good progress. He's up into 8th and is now hunting Oliver Wright on the final lap of the race, but that's not where the focus is on. It's on the race lead, and it might come down to this corner here. Jones just behind Moritze, off the corner. She'll get the slipstream. Didn't get as good a run as she's had previously, but she'll get the run nonetheless. And now she gets the full effect of the slipstream. She pulls to the right-hand side. Is this the move to take the race lead off of Toronto Moritze? Saffron Jones to the inside. They make contact slightly on the rear end, but Saffron Jones is through. And Saffron Jones takes the lead of the race on the final lap. And has already got half a second onto Toronto Moritze. Is there one... I'm trying to think. There's a couple of corners of Moritze sideways. And he drops to third. And that'll do it. Toronto Moritze locking up as he was trying to push to take back the race lead. And Saffron Jones is now clear out in front. That pushes Gomez up to second, who is somehow second in all this, might I add. Meanwhile, Yadeva and Montcalm are fighting. That's their fight, but you can see Yadeva's ahead. But let's go back to the fight where Saffron Jones is going to come across the line, and she'll win the first race of Season 4. Felix Gomez is somehow going to claw second after being 7 seconds behind the top two at some point. Toronto Moritze, who led the race in the final lap, ends up third. Montcalm fourth, Yadeva fifth, Moritze sixth. Oliver White is going to end up 7th. Solario, after starting all the way down in 14th, ends up 8th, to be fair. George Adio in his Jordan debut gets 9th ahead of Bagatov in 10th. Arvinson 11th, with Jones 12th. 13th place will be Mariam ahead of Camille. Sanghun 15th. And then it will be George Ryan, a fairly disappointing start to season 4 for him. He'll end up 16th ahead of Alex Rodriguez, who started last anyway. Graffenships will end up 18th. Caleb Howell in his usual spot of around 19th. And then the leading cars, and then the first of those to cross the line that pitted was Marcos Valadares, who crosses the line in 20th. Ismail Levens is going to come across the line 21st, ahead of Emerson Stavros. Mossimo just took damage off the final corner there, but it will be Stavros who second. Mossimo, who started this race on pole, will end up 23rd. And Mark Watson, on his return to the grid, is going to be the last driver to finish, and the last driver overall. As he makes his way around the final corner, he will be about 18 seconds behind the nearest car. That was Sebastian Russelberger. And Mark Watson, on his return, ends up 24th. What a race. We will see you again for round 2.